Hey, yeah, fresh out the, fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown.
Madden Football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Seahawks and the Bears on Sunday night.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Seahawks now for their first. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
It wasn't really his best performance of the year in the wild card round last week. He just had the one touchdown pass, but he got the job done and his team advanced. For them to continue on to the championship round, though, he's going to need to take a few more chances with the ball downfield, push it a little bit more, and make sure his team finds its way into the end zone a few more times.
Down the left sideline and down to the 16-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards.
Just a breakdown there defensively. It looked like someone got their wires crossed because no one seemed to pick him up at all. He's running free, and there's not a quarterback in the league who's going to miss that throw. That's a huge play.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll look to throw here. This one left side caught by Collins. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So, Charles, this a defense that hasn't made a lot of mistakes like this on the road to this playoff matchup, but that a bad one there.
Yeah, you definitely want to rattle and shake up the other quarterback, but you know you've got to do it the right way. Otherwise, that cloth's going to be on the ground.
Pass interference. Defense.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here first and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
2nd and 7. Here's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. To throw, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Throwing is Williams. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. To the air, Williams. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. That sack there, that likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, that lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And for them, maybe a little carryover from last week's game. They got the win on the road in the wild card round, on the road here again in the divisional round, but they're hanging tough.
Hey, cue a little music, right? Well, they're on the road again. I mean, this has been kind of the mantra they're under right now, and they can't change it. The season dictated what would happen with them, right? They had to go on the road for the first round for the playoffs. They're on the road again, and sometimes teams get really comfortable with that. Not only the idea of going on the road and shocking the world, but just, hey, it's just us. We don't have to worry about outside distractions. It's just us. Let's go play.
It becomes that us against the world mentality, doesn't it?
And while it may be overplayed, you know, in the media, it's real when it comes time to play ball. That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. And Walker has it. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He completes this to Walker. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw again. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Here's Walker, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, and they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And you work so hard during the regular season to earn that bye to go to the divisional round fresh. Well, maybe they're too fresh because they've come out here pretty flat.
And how many times have we seen it? Let's go to other sports now. Let's go to basketball, baseball, those ones where the playoffs are a series. And you see teams who were playing before versus the team that had the bye, and they take them on, and how many often does that team that had been playing before win game 1?
Right.
Almost always, right? Feels that way anyway. But it's a one-shot deal like the NFL. That's critical because now you come in and you get the momentum. You can take them out in that one game, and it's over. And those other ones, that team at home usually gets a chance.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
With his height, that's exactly where you want to put it for him. But even that throw was a little tall to connect for the touchdown.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back in. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And to the 36-yard line. Taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw is Williams.
It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down.
To throw, it's Williams. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Adunze.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
To the air once more, Williams.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. This a 2nd and 8.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Speed comes off the edge there, Charles, from the end, and he blindsides him.
And the guy who's supposed to protect the quarterback, maybe the highest paid guy on the offensive line, the left tackle, hard to deal with there. Defensive end had too much speed and got to him.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. And this will be taken at the 13. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll drop to throw.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. $43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Bears take over.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during it.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Boye Mafe.
And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Seahawks continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Williams. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that'll wind up moving. The tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Williams, the man in motion left. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in for 2 yards out.
And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Santos with the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
To throw, Williams.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. That is caught. He's across midfield.
And down right around the 37. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing is Williams.
Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 5. Here's Williams. Big strides, look at him go.
And finally marked down at the 23. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
to the air. Williams. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Bears are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the lack.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, the touchdown a minute ago on offense got him back into it, and now the defense turns right around and forces the turnover.
And you and I both know if you're going to come from as far down as they have to, it's going to take both sides of the ball, maybe even the special teams to get involved. And so far, they've done exactly that. Offense scores, defense does its job. They're making their move.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Williams.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This is caught. Touchdown. Jonnu Smith, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears have scored again in this third quarter. This time to move out in front.
And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2. Right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at about the 28. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too it and throw an interception.
3rd down.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Williams. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
2nd and 4.
That's complete to Wicks. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on. Back now at Soldier Field. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. In motion, the tight end. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5. Pickup on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Back to throw. Williams.
He'll dump this one off here to White.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here's White.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Once again, it's White.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
Santos' kick is up and through.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
This one left side caught by Collins.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
On the counter, it's Walker.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Back to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the set. Second. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down again.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Onto the field now come the Bears.
And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown, Chicago!
Jamison Williams,
69 yards.
And the Bears are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And out now come the Seahawks. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Another one caught by Collins. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He finds Smith and Jigba. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And it's caught. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back to throw again. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Under pressure, they got him again. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And they will take a knee here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.